少少 basic setting 先。冇乜教其實。好噃。
Formula One, a sport that spans hearts, minds, and nations, where the 20 best drivers in the world come together to take on some of the world's most historic circuits. And that legacy continues today. The 2021 championship was thrilling from start to finish, and 2022 is set to be even better. New regulations will usher in an age of pioneering changes. New driving talent alongside returning champions will be dueling it out to the bitter end. The pressure will be on the team principals in the upcoming season as they manage their drivers, their cars, and the whole team to push to victory. This is not a challenge for the faint-hearted. This is Formula One. Mercedes returned to F1 in 2010, and since 2014 they've won the Constructors' Championships back-to-back every year. In 2021 they took home the Constructors' Championship once more, although they narrowly missed out on the Drivers' Championship, coming in second. Heading into 2022, Mercedes will insist on dominating the competition. Nothing less than the fastest car and the most wins will give the Silver Arrows the outcome they want to see at the end of this new season and beyond.
多錢啦 ，bench， 但係目標只係攞第3嘅。
The Red Bull team burst onto the F1 scene in 2005, and ever since 2009, they've been one of the top 3 teams in the championship. Last season ended brilliantly for them. Max Verstappen won the prestigious Drivers' Championship, and Red Bull are flying high once more. Heading into 2022 under the right leadership, Red Bull could find themselves heading up the pack once more. They'll certainly be hoping to end the season with not 1 but 2 championship trophies for their cabinet back home in Milton Keynes.
其實講緊車勁嘅，其實你係一定係讀翻你一定係頭二。
Ferrari have entered Formula One every year since the World Championship began back in 1950. They still hold the most championship titles of any team. The team had a solid season in 2021, securing 3rd place in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari are very much in it to win it. With strong leadership over the 2022 season and beyond, expect to see them fighting for those podium places. If all goes well, they'll be aiming for that top spot as the seasons progress.
如果你要爭冠軍嘅話，就一定係 Red Bull 啦，其次就 Mercedes，所以我哋3隊係好難度嘅，我理解嘅難度挑戰。
McLaren are a cornerstone of F1, having been part of the sport since 1966 and winning numerous drivers and constructors' championships over the years. Last season they came a respectable 4th overall, with Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris securing the only 1-2 finish of the season. The talented driver pairing of Ricciardo and Norris returns from McLaren this season, and one thing is certain, they're not going to settle until they're reigning champions once more.
其實會唔會有架車嘅 car performance 排第8，冇人仲慢過，冇人尾3，呢個應該係有難度嘅car performance。
Alpine was a new name in 2021, bringing F1 drivers Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon back into the spotlight. Alpine finished the 2021 season in 5th place in the constructors' standings, with their first race win secured by Ocon at the Hungarian Grand Prix. 2022 will be a formative season for Alpine as they return with the tried and trusted driver pairing of Alonso and Ocon. In a few years' time, with the right leadership, they could well become championship contenders.
我有留意到 LP 嘅車係5萬人兼程嘅重點係佢係有錢嘅。 即係如果你玩黑馬嘅話，呢對應該啱晒。
AlphaTauri have been a name in Formula One since 2020. They're renowned for being the proving ground for talented new F1 drivers. Last season, they ended in 6th overall. Driver Pierre Gasly also earned them an impressive podium finish in Baku. Heading into 2022, the team continued to develop their current driver pairing of Yuki Tsunoda and Gasly. They'll want to continue scoring regular points and begin working their way past the other midfield contenders.
其實照計佢車應該係慢過亞倫嘅，唔知點解佢竟然排第6。
2021 was Aston Martin's first full season in Formula One. They roared onto the scene with Sebastian Vettel, the legendary 4-time world champion, in one of those coveted driving seats. Despite some teething problems in testing, Aston Martin gave a solid showing and finished the season in 7th place overall. Heading into 2022 with Lance Stroll and Vettel behind the wheel, Aston Martin have the potential to become regular podium contenders. But it's going to take strong leadership and shrewd investment to get them there.
最有趣反而係個 staff performance 係 Aston Martin 嘅最差，反而你係咪應該 driver performance 嘅差啲啊？9個10呢個正路。
Williams is a legendary name in F1, winning 9 Constructors' Championships in their heyday. The Williams family sold the team in 2020, and the 2021 season saw them fighting well from start to end. They finished 8th overall, thanks to some incredible performances by George Russell in his last year as a Williams driver. In 2022, Williams have Nicholas Latifi and new signing Alex Albon, returning to F1 after a year away to make up their driver team. The pressure is on for them to up their performance this season and push their way back towards those midfield places. Alfa Romeo boast an impressive Formula One history, dating right back to 1950 when they won the very first Drivers' World Championship. However, 2021 saw them finish in 9th overall, with no podium finishes to their name. The team usher in 2022 with a brand new driver lineup. They're joined by F1's first ever Chinese race driver Zhou, as well as veteran Valtteri Bottas, as they build their way back to becoming regular point scorers.
Alpha 係 set 得好勁，尤其是佢係國產，唔係喎，呢個尾二，佢架車竟然排第4。
Haas joined F1 back in 2016, and they've had a good start to their team career, peaking at 5th place in 2018. Last season they finished 10th, but they spent a lot of time and focus on designing their car for 2022 and strategizing for the future. Going into the 2022 season, Haas hope to have a strong car design under their belts. Coupled with hungry drivers, an ambitious team and strong leadership, they'll be pushing their performance and fighting their way back to the midfield.
如果係窮嘅就係 Haas 同埋 Williams 係最窮。我揀 Williams 啦，希望可以慢慢真係復興翻嘅。
Formula One. Williams is a legendary name in F1.
Hi there, nice to meet you. I'm Audrey Mensa, one of the team's senior engineers. Welcome to the team. It's great to have you on board. We came under new management recently here at Williams, so you're joining us at a very exciting time. I'm sure you'll settle right into the team. Let's get you shown around. As our new team principal, you're responsible for a lot of aspects of the team. Everything from managing our team's growth, overseeing our finances, and deciding on race day strategies will be in your hands. You can keep an eye on most things from your dashboard here. I can take you through it now. First up, an overview of the board. They're the ones who set the expectations for the team. If they're confident in your leadership, you'll be fine. If they lose confidence in you, however, they might look to replace you. The board sets season objectives for the team to achieve. Reaching them will help keep confidence high, so be sure to familiarise yourself with what's expected. You'll want to keep an eye on the long-term objective for beyond this season as well. Okay then, let's look ahead to the race weekend. We need to start preparing for the next Grand Prix, which will be the first of the season. As it's your first day though, there's nothing urgent for you to address. Feel free to explore more, or you can select continue and sign off for the day. Once you do, time will pass. But don't worry about missing anything. You'll automatically sign back in if an important event comes up.
好，呢度呢就係
Don't forget to check in with the board often. You can monitor board confidence levels, your available budget, and your progress towards a greater team rating from here.
confidence 目標係咩嘢啦？即係冇包咩得啦。呢啲係 long term 嘅 budget。monthly payment 5000萬 team rating。呢度就係排名，呢個車手啦，個姿勢壓力差唔多。儲經驗就升 level。
This is where you'll find relevant information on the team's drivers and reserve driver, including their performance ratings and contract details. You can also scout for new drivers to make sure we have the best driver pairing we can.
TV 10個月，即係 A 其實唔會點用嘅，簽嗰個後生。rating 最勁就係 Max， 跟住就行尾頓，個後生 scout 下先。So truly 係咪個仔嚟嘅 ？Can race。40幾喎呢個 David Schumacher。細個啲嘅咧。driver 係咪真係好多？ Race weekend.
This is where you'll carry out your final preparations for the next race. We'll come back here later.
第一集巴林。巴林冇少，應該好少落雨。
This is your calendar for the month. Pay attention to the events that have been marked. The race weekends have already been added for you. More events will get added as the season progresses.
Aerodynamic testing。然後呢啲要出席嗰啲 sponsor。Pre-season testing，跟住就18號就開波。嚟緊係啦，testing 下架車先。
One of my favourite places. This is where the car builds happen, and where we develop and store our car parts. Throughout the season, you'll want to make sure the team are working on upgrading components, and that both cars are being kept in good repair. You can also use car analysis to compare our car builds to other teams.
Car 1 TV had to airport. Chassis. Powertrain.
Every team will continuously develop their cars over the season, so it's important you keep an eye on them. You can compare our team cars against any other team here, or even against an average of all teams. If you want to drill down even further, you can compare performance of specific car parts too.
對比下最尾就係嘅 Aston Martin，隻腳慢啲，加速就快啲。其實都唔係爭好遠。其次應該係哈士。哇，low speed 好難揸夠遠嘅。
To start a project now, you'll need to commit money and engineering time. You'll be able to improve our car builds beyond their current performance.
Project.
There are 3 different types of projects the engineering team can work on. We can design a new car part for use this season, manufacture copies of existing designs, or undertake research and develop our expertise for next season. Are you sure you want to start a new project now?
Yes, design.
Okay, you want to get started with a design project. These are car parts we can design and manufacture in-house. Each car part impacts different areas of a car's performance, but certain car parts will have a greater impact than others. You can also view our car performance by rank on grid. This is a useful comparison tool and lets you see how our performance compares to that of all the other cars on the grid. Take a look over the different car parts. The highlights indicate which performance areas they impact the most. Pick one that impacts the ratings you want to improve.
Chassis. 我諗真係要搞嗰個轉彎或者直路 suspension。Chassis。engine 都冇搞。搞一搞個轉彎先啦。
The team's expertise in making new car parts improves with experience. so each new design is likely to be better than an older one. Just make sure to check the new design against the one currently installed.
可以同一時間
Testing is also an important step in designing a new car part. Our testing time is limited throughout the season, and it's up to you to decide how much to commit to each design project. If you assign some testing time to this design now, you can see what effect it will have on the car part. Once you've taken a look, let's continue.
快嘅變鬧。搞兩個啫，係咪？係啊，先哇，睇得6.3個啊！我真係可以。14個鐘，哇咁應該買幾多落去？試試先啦，或者分別大唔大？ 試一試先，7.9，即分別不大，幾正現象。6.3我都可以6樣都可以有1嘅，試一試啦。
You can direct the engineering team to focus on specific areas of performance. F1 car parts are complex, and sometimes you'll have to sacrifice performance in one area to achieve gains in another. Over the season, we'll understand more about our car's performance, which will help you to guide the team's design focus. You can try altering the focus now if you like, or else stick with a balanced approach. When you're
搞個轉彎。
As a final step before the team gets started on this design project, you need to decide how many engineers you want working on it. You should also decide what approach they should take. Bear in mind, these decisions will have an impact on the duration and cost of the project. When you're happy with everything, confirm the project and the team will get started.
幾個人？最多幾個人？6個人咯。1個人嘅話就要哇，去到5月，最快哇，最快都要50幾日，整一樣嘢要5萬幾日。
Nice work. That's the project started. If you check your calendar, you'll see the team have given you a delivery date for the design. Once it's complete, you'll be able to manufacture that part anytime. Continually designing new car parts is imperative to improving our team's performance and staying competitive on the track. Check out...
我仲可以整嘅，但係我得翻2個人啫喎。整個 front wing 啦。40係啦，如果要整 front wing 嘅，係啊。生產就 suspension 係1啫喎 ，latest design。先3時就得個啦 ，front wing 都係得第一 set。suspension 好似有第2級嘅點解？2級有冇分別啊？睇。
This is the warehouse. Isn't it wonderful? This is where we store any uninstalled car parts. We can also design and manufacture new and improved aerodynamic car parts in-house throughout the season and install them on our cars. Actually, hold on.
Cars. Car parks.
The engineering team have just finished manufacturing a suspension system of a brand new design. Well-designed suspension is crucial to the aerodynamic potential of a race car. We always want the best components possible on our cars, so it's worth checking to see if we should install this one instead of the model we currently... Right, all the available suspension designs are here to look through. Notice how both cars currently have the same suspension design installed. Check the new design at the top of the list. As each car can only have one suspension fitted, you'll want to check the stats of the new design to see if it's worth replacing the old one. Take the time here to compare the two designs. You may also want to pay attention to the stats that are crucial for the next race, and see which suspension is more suitable for that circuit. Looks like this new design only has positive impacts on the car. That's great news. We only have one copy of this suspension at the moment, so you need to decide which car to install it on. Select the new suspension design and get it installed. Great work. That's the new suspension fitted. If you want to have more copies of this design manufactured, you can do so from here. Just remember those F1 mandated spending caps. The official limit on how much we can spend on card. If you don't want the team to manufacture anything right now, we should probably head back. It takes the team a while to manufacture a new car part. If you check your calendar, they'll have given you a delivery date. Now all you have to do is wait patiently.
時候4個，車搞掂，人搞掂喺 start 嗰度。
It's not just the fastest car that makes a team the best in F1. It's the people doing the hard work behind the scenes. Manage your staff from here, from department heads to your pit crew, and keep up to date on their performance.
呢啲都係渣㗎啦，睇有冇錢可以請個新嘅。專業簽有冇？有冇請到人啊？cap 咗啦，4個2個。upgrade 800萬嘅喎，冇錢啊！我諗最期待呢一 part 應該都冇錢搞住。
From here, you can see all the team's facilities, from the staff buildings to the car park development centres. You can build new facilities or, if the team has the time and money, upgrade our existing ones. Facilities affect all areas of our team's performance. Over time, facilities will degrade and become less effective, so keep an eye on their condition. When this happens, we'll need to look at refurbishing or even upgrading that facility to get back to maximum efficiency.
好貧窮喎，搞住嗰啲係睇下 staff 睇下可唔可以 pit crew balance 啦。差4。74嘅最勁，有咩分別呢？6 inches 呢個 OK 喎。你睇唔到啲數據點睇嘅？即係用個位 scout 到住，facility 睇到啦，finance。
Here, you can delve deeper into team finances and see our balance, as well as understanding information on income and rewards, and the enforced spending caps we have to abide by.
Cost cap 有排未俾人 sponsorship 呢個可唔可以多啲錢呢？Merchandising income per race 呢啲應該減唔到，要寫死要。定啊，好，我哋就高啦。
It's no longer your first day. We'll have you on top of things in no time. You'll continue moving through days this way until it's time for the race, which you can see in the upcoming events list. It's good to get in the habit of regularly checking that list. Let's take a look at what needs doing today. You have an alert in the top corner. There's an important email awaiting a response, so you should check your inbox when you're ready. Looks like you've received a budget approval request. Most of the team's budget is decided by the board at the start of the season, plus whatever we get from last season's prize money, and any extra sponsorship revenue we earn.
Kick-off party.
I reckon that's a good decision. It should keep the team in high spirits anyway. Now that's dealt with, we can focus on our first Grand Prix of the season. The race weekend is still a few days away, so move forward when you're ready. We're getting very close to race day now. Just continue to do anything that's needed. In the future, you'll also want to decide on these actions yourself, to ensure our team are continuously developing and improving. There's always some final work to do before we can set off. Check your inbox for the race prep report on this weekend's...
Race weekend.
This is your race preparation area, where you'll get the team ready for the upcoming race weekend. You can also find all the information you need on the circuit we're racing on here. One thing you'll always need to do before each race weekend is setting our performance targets. These help us generate more potential rewards for the team. Here we've got the performance targets for this coming weekend. If we meet these, we'll gain extra revenue. Looks like we've got incentives for both the qualifying session and the race. If we can reach those targets, we'll get an additional payout, and it won't cost the team anything if we don't meet them. You can also decide to add targets here and offer our sponsors guarantees. These are a risk, as we face a potential financial loss if we don't meet them. But if we do, we'll gain a much larger reward. Okay, if you want to offer a guarantee for this weekend, and raise the team's potential rewards, now is your chance. That feels like something we can achieve without too much difficulty. The reward if we meet the guarantee is good, And the potential loss doesn't seem too bad either. Okay, we're done here. Let's head back.
呢個係 at least 兩個，哇唔得嗰條片揾啲我揀唔係 Q2 啊 Q2 嘅 Q2 一條啱啊 raise 啊 raise finish up finish at least up with full drive 呢個哇呢個問條 potentially fastest lap 冇嘢啦呢個係咩 finish versus finish fourth race in a row at least 15呢啲嘅有可能喎qualify 10哇係 for free race 呢個都可以一試3先啦4又睇輕睇重嘅
You've done everything needed, and the team can't wait to get started. It's time for the first race of the season. You can take some more time to look around if you like. When you're ready, let's get this show on the...
去啦Bahrain
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing. The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. Let's get this underway.
Great to see you again. Welcome to your first race weekend with the team. It's Friday, so we're kicking off with free practice one as usual.
practice qualify race sponsor P1
Over here is our race preparation area. This is where you can make any changes you need ahead of the upcoming practice session. Rest assured the team have already prepared the cars for practice. When you're ready, we can continue to the practice session.
race 呢個係 before race 3套 medium 1套 hard 呢個 turn 車呢下係最難嘅其實。車係得最難。15 使啊嘛。行咗兩個圈，試下先。Neutral， 係咯，通常位應該係一個 installation lab 先。
During race weekends, you can decide whether you want to manage the practice sessions yourself or whether to hand over control to your team. As it's your first race weekend, you should let the team handle the practice sessions.
點解啊？即係我冇得控制，有啲咁嘅事啊？咁要我咁樣啊？冇得自己控制嘅咩？
With FP3 all finished, it's time to move on to qualifying. We've already seen a lot of excitement building since Formula One arrived in town, and today's qualifying is sure to be no exception. Success may stem from a well-prepared strategy, or a driver capable of incredible audacity. Put it this way, there simply is no surefire recipe for victory. Stay with us as we see who can deliver on motorsport's biggest stage.
To help maximise our drivers' performance, the team have them work on 3 goals during practice: track acclimatisation, car parts knowledge, and setup confidence. If you manage the session yourself, you might get an even better performance from the drivers for the rest of the weekend. Right, time for qualifying. Our results here will determine where we start on the grid for Sunday's race. Qualifying takes place over 3 knockout rounds. Same as practice, the team can handle qualifying for you if you like. Let's get you hands-on for this round. Our drivers need to be setting their fastest possible lap times, so we can advance to the next round of qualifying. The slowest 5 cars will be knocked out. Keep a careful eye on time remaining. The time limit on qualifying rounds really ramps up the pressure. Right then, let's get a car out on the track for its first run and see how it goes. Each car is fitted with a number of onboard... You can also use the map view if you like. It gives you a good overview of the whole track. Remember, you're managing 2 drivers throughout the session, so make...
First flying lap.
Decent time for a flying lap. Keep an eye on the standings throughout the session and try and keep the drivers out of the knockout zone. Right then, that qualifying run is done, so the driver will return to the pits now. I know everything happens so fast over a race weekend, but if you need to catch your breath, you can pause for as long as you like. Or, if things aren't moving fast enough for you, you can speed up a little. Our driver is back in the pits. You need to reconfigure the car before we can send them back out. Let's go and take a look. The team will make sure the run plan is updated to include refueling. So all you have to do is fit some fresh tyres. Here you can see all the tyre compounds available this weekend. When making any changes, just be sure you're considering both the condition and the compound of the selected tyre. We want maximum performance during qualifying. So let's use a fresh, soft compound tyre. Soft tyres are the fastest in dry conditions. Confirm the configuration with the team when you're happy.
而家用緊頭先用嗰啲圖，有兩套新嘅。我操！我想停屌，俾我玩個 practice 梗係拖唔到車啦，頂！真係即刻跳到個分泳。
Brilliant. The car's ready to head back out at your say-so. It's probably best to do at least one more run before the end of the round. The track will have more grip later in the round, but there will also be more traffic. It's up to you to decide when you want to send the car out. Whatever gets us through to Q2.
Conversion time。可以試下次。係啊，難揸車。
It looks like we didn't make it through to Q2. Not great, but it's only the first weekend of the season. Plenty of time to improve.
Drivers are strapping themselves in, ready for race day.
Williams had a good performance in qualifying. Now they'll be eager to demonstrate that they can have an even better race. Aston Martin were on target for qualifying. Now it's up to them to defy expectations for the race itself. We're under clear skies here tonight, certainly to the team's relief. Now they can focus their strategy on pushing their cars as much as they can.
But which team has perfected the strategy that will see them prevail today? Here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Right then, time for the main event, the Bahrain Grand Prix. This is a great time for us to get some early points under our belt. Each driver will need to make at least one pit stop to fit new tyres. On average, a pit stop will cost a driver about 25 seconds. So we need to think carefully about when to pit.
Strategy. Planning of strategy.
Let's set a tyre strategy for our drivers now. We need to make sure we have a good plan for when we want the cars to pit.
Split oil wheel.
Every race weekend, the team will prepare some recommended strategies to choose from. Let's see what they suggest for this race. Okay, strategy A is a fast but risky option, relying on 2 soft stints and no hard compound at all. Strategy B is a well-balanced option, 2 soft stints and a nice long middle stint on a hard compound. Right. Strategy C is a slower but safe option for this track. We'll tackle the final stint on a medium compound instead of a soft tyre. If you think a different approach could work, you can make changes to any of the team strategies or even create one from scratch. We can always adapt our strategy during the race, so we can respond quickly to changing conditions and stay ahead of the pack. Right. Strategy A. You should consider picking a different strategy for each driver. That's both drivers with a set strategy in place.
we have clear weather tonight as we look at the drivers in their grid positions. Here we have Alexander Albon. They're in the back half of the pack, so they'll need to work hard if they want a podium finish. Next up for the team, it's Latifi. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. The teams are ready to go. Here we go with the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Such a
Managing pace will help you manage a car's tyre temperature and wear.
pace.
Keep an eye on the tyre condition of both cars. Over time, tyre condition will fall, reducing their grip and performance, eventually leading to tyre failures and car retirement.
And a new position.
Fuel commands
just
allow drivers
gained
to
by
manage
Williams.
their car's fuel consumption. Just keep an eye on your remaining fuel. If a driver needs an additional performance push for a short time, they can adjust their ERS. There are 3 ERS strategies that deploy more energy than they harvest, but each harvest will prioritize charging up the battery instead of using energy for performance. Neutral will maintain.
Team C.
As the cars spend more time on track, make sure you keep an eye on their condition. This all looks great. No damage that I can see to any component. Right, let's talk tyres. During dry race, ultimately it's your decision on which tyre compound. Once you've decided which tyre to move to, just confirm.
DRS enabled. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Oh, big lock up there. Let's have a look. Now watch this. Lewis Hamilton involved in this one. And this, yes, there, that's the lock up. And that was a bitter blow for the team. And it may have really hurt their overall chances.
Okay, we can easily overtake.
Yes.
Mercedes moved up a place.
As the race progresses, remember to keep an eye on the planned strategy you put in place before the race. The data view is also an important area to track during the race. From the data view, you can see live data from the current session. Here, you can also view how the current session could have... There's plenty more to dive into. During the race, you can use the strategy view to check on each driver's strategy and adjust them if need be. You can also check the strategy graphs. You can also use the car and track tabs to view more details about them. The car tab shows you current and projected component condition and fuel loads.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
You have the overtake.
Copy. Overtake is available.
Copy, cover. We're happy to push.
Yep, copy. Focus and push.
Up.
And there's an overtake from Williams. It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Okay, max saving, max fuel saving.
Okay.
Here's the replay. Now let's look. We're watching Nicholas Latifi. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The car's just gone. That's going to be a big blow to the team. Will they be able to recover? We'll see.
Okay, back off.
Copy. Check the DRS.
Okay, copy.
Full deploy.
Copy.
Just do lifting coast.
Okay.
Let's close this gap.
Yes. Size up, down.
Copy. Understood. You can afford to drop back.
Copy.
Seems to have been a lock-up. They've locked up and gone straight on.
Okay, we're happy to push, happy to push. Copy. We could do with a bit more pace now if you've got it. Copy.
Okay. Our driver has just entered the pit window. This means it's nearly time to call the planned pit stop. Unless you think there's a reason to pit immediately, I ought...
And we think you can reduce lifting coast.
Yes.
Just use the overtake.
Copy.
Box this lap.
Okay, box, box.
Push, 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 push.
Increase lifting coast.
Yep, copy.
이제 고려가 더 오래.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Good job, good job.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Okay, we can easily overtake.
Got it.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Box, box.
Box, box.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Yes.
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled. Okay.
Haas with an overtake there.
VSC.
Copy.
Yes.
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
Three.
Copy, copy.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Lifting coast level 3.
Okay, copy. heads down, focus.
Copy.
VSC ending, VSC ending, VSC ending.
Let's reduce lifting coast.
Yep, copy.
Use the rest.
Copy. Okay, max saving, max fuel saving.
Copy.
Currently 15.
DRS enabled.
We want to leave court, please.
Copy.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
If you've got any pace left, it'll be good now. Okay.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
You can afford to drop back.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. And there's an overtake from Williams.
So what DRS?
Copy, copy.
Soft eye.
Tyres up, really coming down.
push, push, push.
Okay, Nikki, so box, box.
Increase, lift and coast.
Yep, copy.
Okay, back off.
Copy.
Is that a lockup?
Ai, tôi收皮呢架車啫。
Looks like there's been a lockup.
You can push through all corners.
Yes.
To use the overtake.
Yes, okay.
Go push.
Copy.
That's Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is today's winner. I think there's been a lockup. What a pleasure it was to watch Alex Albon on the track, and an amazing result to match. Williams have got to be happy with their results here. This was good work.
You're completely right, and what a day for all the fans of the team as well.
With the race wrapped up, the team is ranked in 9th in the constructor standings.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
The team's drivers gain experience over each race weekend, depending on their performance. With enough experience, your drivers will be able to improve their skills. That was a great opening weekend for our team. The board and our sponsors are pleased, and we've earned some extra money for our performance. You can see their response in... Take a look at what you can be doing before the next race weekend gets here. Our time is precious, and these moments between races are a good... That suspension we installed before the race was really effective. And the design of the new car part is... You're pretty much ready to If you ever find yourself needing any Okay, I need to head back over to aerodynamics. I'll be in touch.
今晚唔多錢。